Well, we have the latest on Hurricane Milton, which has weakened slightly from yesterday, but still a major hurricane making landfall near Tampa. So Milton is now a strong Category 4 storm. It was a Category 5 yesterday, but a very strong Category 4, just underneath the criteria for Category 5 hurricane. Weakening some as it kind of brushed against the Yucatan Peninsula here in the overnight, and still you can see some of the outer bands of Milton brushing the Yucatan, but the eye wall is becoming more defined once again. We had this kind of pinhole eye wall yesterday. When you have a tight eye, that just really it tells you how strong the storm is, and that's what we had yesterday when it was at that strong Category 5 strength. And that eye wall kind of coming back together again. So it is continuing its track towards the Tampa, St. Petersburg, Sarasota area, expected to make landfall as a major hurricane, Category 3 storm. So it is going to weaken some. There's going to be some shear that's going to help to weaken it a little bit, but still this is going to be a major hurricane. And with the storm surge, that's the big thing. It's really going to be a mess. So 150 mile per hour winds forecast later today. So that would keep it in the Category 4 strength, but just under Category 5. And then again, it probably will make landfall late tomorrow into tomorrow night as a Category 3 storm with winds at 120 mile per hour sustained maximum winds. And the eye forecast to go right through Tampa Bay. Now this is the American model showing the forecast winds here around the eye, and this is midnight tomorrow night. That's about when the eye wall will make landfall. So hurricane force winds several hours before that, tropical storm force winds several hours before that. So probably by Wednesday afternoon, we'll start to see those tropical storm force winds make their way onto the western shores there of Florida, really kind of up and down the Florida coastline. But there will be some stronger wind gusts, over 100 miles an hour here across primarily Tampa Bay, down to Sarasota, and even Cape Coral. We'll see those strongest wind gusts. And then it will weaken, of course, as it crosses the Florida Peninsula. But in addition, and this is the big thing, don't pay so much attention to the wind. It's interesting, but it's the flooding. It's the rain, over a foot of rain on top of storm surge, which is that wall of water that the winds kind of push together. And this is a high resolution rapid refresh model showing some of those potentially higher rainfall amounts over a foot. So fairly high likelihood of flash flooding from all across Tampa Bay into central Florida here in that pink shaded area. But really a huge swath of central Florida will be dealing with a likelihood of flash flooding. The storm surge, again, those winds that push that wall of water together, forecast to be up to 15 feet in the Tampa Bay, Sarasota, even down to Cape Coral area. And this is one of NOAA's models that shows areas that will be covered in water and by how much. And this is incredible. Everything in red potentially will be covered in more than 9 feet of water. So that is pretty much all of the Cape Coral areas, anywhere near the coastline, and much of Tampa Bay also will be underwater, including these barrier outer islands will certainly be underwater. But there's going to be a lot of water in addition to damaging winds. A major hurricane hitting Tampa for the first time in a century.